Hi everyone, Marlene here. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today is another gorgeous fall day. I'm showing some footage of the trees around my house and they're really starting to get quite vibrant. So in this video I have for you some footage from two thrift stores that I went to, and then at the end I'm going to post my haul along with items that I picked up at a yard sale one day and some items that I got at an online auction which is close to my house. So enjoy the video. So in this first thrift store, they had some Christmas items right at the front of the store as soon as you walked in the door. But they also have an upstairs room that is nothing but Christmas items as well. And it's been there for quite a long time. They have a large section that is nothing but dishes, and I'm going to show you as much as I can of it, but I will skip through anything I don't think is very interesting. These were really pretty blue and white plates. They were made in Germany and they were priced at 99 cents each. And then down below, you'll see a little bit later, they also have some dessert dishes, some bowls, and some smaller plates, and they're all priced at 99 cents. I believe they call this a celery dish. It was made in Bavaria. There were two of these plates. They were green, and I suspected they would glow under a black light. One was really badly damaged, so I wasn't interested in it. When I got to the cashier did shine her big black light on it, and it didn't seem to glow much, but she was standing beside a window. When I got home later, I saw that it did glow. When I was at a decor store just prior to coming into this thrift store, I bought some long green matches to use for my candles at home. And so I was looking for some kind of an urn or a pot to store the long matches in. So I really went around looking at these three different brass urns, and I do like brass, and the price was right, but they were just a little bit tall for what I needed. I bought one of these little bottles in a previous thrift store, and I use it in my bathroom for essential oils. So I really considered getting this second one, but I ended up putting it back. I couldn't believe the price they wanted for this little handkerchief vase. And is a Humpty Dumpty bowl and cup really worth $39.99? When I was checking the mugs, I really wish I'd noticed this little Celtic mug and checked the price of it. I think it would have been a great hot chocolate cup. I always forget to look up in this store. Their top shelf is about 8 feet up in the air, and for whatever reason, I only remember to look up there once in a while. And then I was really fascinated with this gravy separator. I thought maybe it was splatterware or Texas ware, but I couldn't see a marking anywhere on the bottom. This little jug made in Germany was really cute. It was pottery. The only thing I didn't like was the gold gilding along the top. Now this little piece was definitely vintage. It had a plug-in, and after playing with it for a little while, the only thing I could come up with was maybe it was meant for making boiled eggs. Let me know in the comments if you know what this was for. So these little dishes were really cute. I think they must have been butter pats, although the friend that was with me suggested they might have been finger bowls. Either way, I meant to come back and pick these up. There was quite a few of them, and I stacked them together to see how they would look, and I thought they'd look great, but I forgot to come back and get them. Also, there was no price on them, so I would have had to take them up to the front and ask if they could get me a price. This little cruet set and caddy was really nice for $7.99, and it was all there except for one of the chrome screw tops on one of the shakers. Even the tops to the oil and vinegar were there. This was a nice vintage nutcracker set. It had the bowl and one of the nutcrackers, but it didn't have the numerous picks that would have stood up in those holes, which would be used to get the nuts out of the shell. This was a vintage Christmas item as well. It said Enterprise Exclusive, Made in Canada. Now, I really like this architectural piece. It was quite fragile. It was cracked in a few places, but it could have been fixed. I went around and around looking at this, trying to figure out where I could put it in my house, and I just couldn't come up with it. Now we are moving to the upstairs part of this building. This is where they have a lot of furniture, quite a bit of artwork, some lamps, and also their Christmas room is up here. Okay, this mirror is another piece that I absolutely loved, especially for that price. And I really wish I could have brought this home, but I just couldn't think of where I would put it. It would suit my living room, but I don't have a lot of wall space left in my living room anymore, so I decided to leave it. And then looking through all the artwork here, there's a lot of diamond painting that somebody donated, all their pictures that they've made. And then there's quite a few other ones that I thought were a really good deal. I'm going through an awful lot of the artwork, but I'm mostly looking for a frame. I needed a frame to bring home to frame some of my diamond painting, and I wanted it to fit in my living room, so it had to be kind of ornate. And I needed something at least 11 by 14. It could be a little bit bigger. I could have used a mat, but I wanted something I could change out quickly. I have several diamond paintings that I've done for the different seasons, and I want to use the same frame for each one. So I will change it and put it in the frame as the season rolls around. I did end up finding one here, but I don't show it here in the video. I do show it, however, in my haul at the end of the video. Now we are moving on to the second thrift store called Valley Thrift. It's very close to the other one on the same street. These next two items were very, very heavy. The first one, I think, was cast of some kind, maybe cement, and the second one was some kind of metal, but they each weighed at least 10 pounds. This was a really pretty dish, came with its own spoon. It was made in Italy, and I thought for $5 that was a really good deal. This looked like a nice platter. I thought maybe it was ironstone, although I could tell it didn't have a lot of age to it. But when I rolled it over, I was not surprised to see it was Pfalzgraf. This was a nice little picture. It had some good weight to it, but I did not recognize that maker's mark on the bottom. It was probably Japanese or Chinese. And then this one was a hobbyist piece, although it felt very well made. I really considered getting these plates just to use for dinner during the autumn months. And you can see I even counted them up. But we're a family of 11 when everybody shows up for Thanksgiving dinner, and there were not enough plates there. For months now, whenever I come here, my eye is caught by this little slag glass bowl. And I keep waiting for them to lower the price, but I think $10 is too much for it, and they never do lower the price, and it still sits here. And the same goes for these dishes in this cabinet. They're still here as well, and they've been here for many months now. I can't say for certain that the price is the same as it's been for a long time, but obviously they're still not selling. If this red transferware dish was a little less money, then I would grab it up for sure, but $15 is a little steep for me. If anyone knows what this little item is, leave me a comment below. It was a puzzle. I was pretty tickled to find this little guy. He was a little miniature. It's only about 1.5 inches tall. And at $5, it's probably a little bit too much, but I really wanted it. This cup and saucer really had me fooled. I was thinking it was a nice little porcelain piece, and I even liked the color. And then I turned the plate over and it said it was Avon. Okay, and now we're moving on into the haul, and as well I'm going to try and show you how I styled some of the items. Okay, I've got everything set up here to show you my haul of the things that I picked up this week. So the first item that I picked up is this little green plate. It's very faint. It is light green. And it does glow. I tried it when I got home with my black light. I'll put it against the apron here so you can see that it is a shade of green. It does have one small imperfection on it. There were two of them there for $9.99 for the pair, but the second one had a lot of imperfections. So I asked her to give me a price for this one by itself, and she gave it to me for $4. And this is a picture of it styled in my cabinet under my black light. So I went to the thrift stores today to look for a frame for my diamond painting, and they are 11 by 14. This is the one that I specifically was looking for a frame for this week. I wanted to find a frame that was empty, and I did find one. It's not the right size. It's quite a bit bigger. I thought worst comes to worst, I can buy a mat to put in it with the pictures. And for $3.99, if I don't like it and can't use it, I can always redonate it. You can see that this one is 16 by 20, so it's quite a bit bigger. Then at that same store, I found this little crock. I believe it's pottery. It has no marks on the bottom of it. It was 99 cents. And the reason I picked this up was I was looking for something to put my long green matches in that I purchased at a decor store just before I went to the thrift store. But then while I continued to shop, I found this little copper pot, and it is actually the perfect size to put the green matches in. And I need these for in my decor to light my real candles. And I will pop in a picture here to show you where I have styled it. That's the end of my shopping at the first store. Altogether there I spent $14. Then at the next thrift store I found another frame that I thought might work for my diamond painting. It's this one. It's almost exactly the right size. It's just a little bit too wide. But when I place my painting over it, all you can see is about 1/4 of an inch on each side of green. And that's okay because most of my pictures have green in it. So for now, I will make it work. I just put a little bit of MAC tack all around the outside edges of my picture and stuck it to the glass, and it worked really well. I did not want to remove the picture from the frame. I think it's a lovely picture and the mat is really nice, and I will keep it and I will use it styled in my decor for St. Patrick's Day. When I found this wonderful little crockery jug, I knew I had to have it. It's ironstone. It does have some writing of some kind on the bottom. The only thing I can make out faintly is, I think, USA, and I can't make out the rest. They wanted $5 for this, but when I got up to the cash, they bundled it in with my other items, all for $10, so I think I ended up paying $4 for this. Another item I picked up was this vintage apron, and I really liked it because of all the dog faces on it. I do have 2 dogs of my own. This says that it is 100% cotton. It's quite a nice cotton. It almost feels like flour sack material, vintage. And on the tag, it does show 100% cotton and made in India. The next item I picked up was this ball jar. These are not common in our neck of the woods. We can find mason jars and crown jars, but ball jars are quite rare. This one actually still has the zinc top on it. And inside the zinc top is the milk glass top, and it's still intact. Next, I found a book that I've been looking for quite a while. It's the Better Homes and Garden cookbook. This is the new cookbook version, so I don't think it's the original. It is fully intact. It still has all the recipes, and they're in great shape. The pages are a little bit yellowed, but that just shows its age. And on the front, it shows the copyright date is 1976. And they charged me only $10 for all of these items, and I thought that was a pretty good deal considering originally they wanted $5 just for the little ironstone pot. The next items I picked up were the ones I found at a yard sale on the side of the road. The first item I picked up was this box with Christmas lights in it. It did not have the bulbs in it anymore, but the box was in great shape as far as the colors were nice and bright. Inside, it was a little bit more damaged. It did not have a year on it, but it did said Noma Lights and Made in Canada. I think this will look great at Christmas, just standing up on a shelf somewhere. I also got this little orange school reader. It was a library book. It does have the library stamp on the inside. It's in great condition, and the graphics on the pages are wonderful. They're still nice and bright. It has never been written in. The copyright is 1948. Also at that yard sale, I got this hand beater. It's meant to sit inside of a glass jar, but the jar wasn't with it. It was just the beater. And I'm going to style this up on top of my fridge with all my other red-handled kitchen utensils. That day at the yard sale for all three items, I paid $5. Lastly, I got some items at the auction. I got another Corningware casserole dish. I did not have one in my pattern in this size, so I picked this one up and it was $4. Then I got this box of lures. There are 16 lures in the box. They are nothing special, but the reason I picked these up is I have a grandson who's a die-hard fisherman, and he does go through quite a few lures, so these will be a gift to him, and I paid $12 for the 16. Then lastly, I got this beautiful picture. It's a needlepoint picture. It's square. It's about 16 inches square. It's a picture of a hummingbird and some flowers. It's in great condition. It just needs to be vacuumed. And I will put this away and I will use it in my spring decor. And sorry I said needlepoint, but this is actually cross stitch. And for all the items I picked up at the auction, I paid $18. And that concludes my haul and my styling portion of this video. I really loved having you come along with me. If you watched till the end, I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Bless you all, and hugs to everybody.